Hi children, today we are going to learn about geometry, elements of geometry. Now we learnt in the previous classes concepts of geometry, basic concepts of geometry, that is point, line, ray, line segment, angles, like that. Now you may have seen large structures in our surroundings like bridges, dams, school buildings. These constructions of structures is a big task for the engineers. This is a big work for the construction. How they will estimate the cost of that construction of these large structures? Means for that we have to this construction cost of the large structures depends upon the shape and size of the structure. Shape and size of the structure. And besides that, wages of labor and cost of cement, iron and gravel and cement, concrete, everything. These all includes the cost of estimation of that structure. That means estimation of cost of structure depends upon the shape and structure of the shape and size of the structure. What is the shape and size of the structure? Shape of that building or building or bridge or and including foundation, plinth area, size of the wall, elevation, roof, etc. These all are comes under structure and the size of the shape and size of the structure. Now to understand geometrical principles, these big structures are based upon the geometrical applications. These applications, to understand these applications, first we have to know about the elements of geometry and its applications. Those elements and their application we have to know before understanding the principles of geometry which are involved in the construction of big structures. Now, we in our daily life we will use geometry in our daily life also. Example, painting. Suppose saree painting. How the boxes, suppose see my saree, then these boxes are there. Then that pattern depends upon the geometry. Then how many boxes we required, how much box width, length, how much height we have to take that. And that means every in our daily life we need geometry. Then in agriculture also, how to seed the how to plant the plants, how much distance we have to give between the plants. These all are comes under geometry. Now the structures like pyramids in Egypt, Great Wall of China, Eiffel Tower, cathedrals, Taj Mahal, these all are best examples of application of geometry. These constructions are best examples of application of geometry. Now in our life, the life without geometry is unimaginable. Then without geometry, in our life without geometry means there is no life. Now our life without geometry is unimaginable. Now what is the meaning of geometry? Geometry is a Greek word. Geo means earth, mater means measure, means measurement of earth. Now, the geometrical rules and geometrical principles involved in construction of ritual fire altars. Ritual fire altars means religious ceremony involving set of action. Means religious ceremonies means some mass prayers and some functions related to religion. Altars means table used for religious rites, means customs. Then they will explain about Quran and Arabic language or how to read the Quran. These all are religious customs. These are conducted in ritual fire altars. Means these all are based upon the geometrical principles. And involved geometrical principles and rules. These are the Sulabha Sutras. These are based on Sulabha Sutras in Vedic Sanskrit. So, some examples. Simple Sulabha Sutra triples, that is simple Pythagorean triples 3, 4, 5, 5, 12, 13, 18, 15, 7, etc. As well as statement of Pythagorean theorem for sides of right angle, triangle. Now, these Sulabha Sutras in Vedic Sanskrit involves the rules and geometrical principles involved in the construction of ritual fire altars. Now, these are composed. Bauddhayana composed the Bauddhayana Sulabha Sutra, the best known as Sulabha Sutra, which contain examples of simple Pythagorean triples 3, 4, 5, 5, 12, 13, 8, 15, 17, as well as statement of Pythagorean theorem for the sides of a right angle triangle. Now, this Bauddhayana BC 8th century BC mathematician composed the Bauddhayana Sulabha Sutra, that is simple Pythagorean triples. These are involved in geometrical principles. These are based on geometrical principles and rules. Now, the ancient Greek mathematician conceived geometry is a crown jewel of their sciences. In mathematics, geometry as crown jewel of their sciences. And one of the Egypt mathematician, Euclid, he is the father of the geometry. He wrote 13 books about geometry. Those books we called the Elements. He wrote Euclid, father of geometry. 13 books he wrote. What is the name of that books? The Elements. He created the first system of thought based on fundamental definitions, axioms, propositions and rules of logic. And he thought his thought based on fundamental definitions, axioms, propositions and logic. Now, some definitions. He wrote some definitions. In that, some definitions he given in this textbook. Before that, we have to learn fundamental terms of geometry. Fundamental terms of geometry. That is solids, surface, line, point. Now, solids. Solids means 3 dimensions. Solids has 3 dimensions: length, breadth, height. If you remove one dimension, surface, that means 2D. Then if you remove another dimension, it become line, means 1 dimension. If you remove that dimension also, you will get no dimension. Means here, solid has 3 dimensions, surface has 2 dimensions, and line has 1 dimension, point has no dimension. These are the fundamental terms of geometry. Suppose the solid has shape, size, position. Shape, size, position, and can be moved from one place to another. Its boundaries are called surfaces. Boundaries are called surfaces. Means solid, how to it will be? These are the boundaries of surface. The boundaries of solids. Then those are called surfaces. Boundaries we called surfaces. They separate one part of the solid from another. Then they said to be no thickness, means no height. The boundaries of surface are curves or straight lines. These lines end in points. Now, if you remove one dimension thickness, then you will get surface. like a rectangle shape. Now, when the two lines will meet, you will get point. This is the point, this is the point, this is the point. Then the end of the lines we called points. Consider the steps from solid to point. That is solid, surface, line, point. Then solid has 3 dimensions, surface has 2 dimensions, line has 1 dimension, point has no dimension. These are the fundamental terms of geometry. Then from these terms, other terms like line, segment, angle, triangle are defined. Suppose if you take one line and if you take some distance from fixed point distance from two fixed points, then that is called a line segment. Line segment. That means two fixed points, distance between two fixed points we call line segment. Then with the line segment we can form triangle. 3 line segments we can form one triangle. And angle means two rays with common end point. Now like this, with the fundamental terms we can define other terms like line segment, angle, triangle. Now if you see the book, if you see front view of the book, you will get only one line. Then that means the end point of a line or the point where two lines meet is a point. Suppose if you visualize a book, it is a line. Suppose if you see the book, then you will get only one line. The end of the line what we call point. Or two lines we will meet, that place also we called point. Now this is the line, end of the points, end of the line we call point. And suppose if two lines will meet, that meeting point we called as a point. Now from the book of 1, Euclid book of 1 listed 23 definitions. How many? 23 definitions. From that he given only some points he given. Those are: a point is that which has no part. We can't do point as a part. A line is breadthless length. Now suppose one line, it has no width. The end of the line are points. A straight line is a line which lies evenly with the points on itself. Now a straight line, suppose one straight line, so many points on itself. A surface is that which has length and breadth only. Now suppose this is the surface, then length, breadth. The edges of surface are lines. The edges of surface, these are the edges of surface as lines. A plane surface is a surface which lies evenly with the straight line on itself. Now this is the plane surface, we can straight lines itself. Now from this Euclid said that point, line, plane are undefined terms. From this what he told? Point, line, plane are undefined terms. Now who is the father of the geometry? Euclid. He is the Egypt mathematician and he wrote 13 books. Those are called elements. Then what are the undefined terms? Point, line, plane. And fundamental terms of geometry: solid, surface, line and point. What are the definitions? A point has no breadth. A line is a breadthless length. Ends of the lines are points. Straight line is a line which lies evenly with the points on itself. A surface is that which has length and breadth. The edges of surface are lines. The plane surface is a surface which lies evenly with the straight lines on itself, and a point is that which has no path. These are the some definitions of the Euclid element book 1. What are the simple triples? Pythagorean triples? 3, 4, 5, 5, 12, 13, 8, 15, 17. Then right angled triangle. Here 90 degree. Then always hypotenuse is highest length. Now 5, 3, 4. Now another one 5, 12, 13. Like that. This is the definitions of Euclid from book 1.